Recently, RobTop leaked an image of a new vehicle that will most likely be implemented in 2.2. The vehicle is circular and shows a jetpack at the back.
How's it going, guys? We're going to be doing the Geometry Dash 2.11 update. 2.11, it's just supposed to be a bug fix update. There's some new icons and stuff, some things that make our lives a little bit easier. Can we change this to high quality texture, please? Oh my god, it looks so good. It's so clear. It's so clear. What does it say for free stuff, though? Follow RobTop Games and earn rewards. Oh, you can see all the comments I've made on, like, levels. Because I have 25 keys. Holy shit, these ones take 5 keys? Oh god, it's time for me to save up again. Credits. Oh, credits, cool. So it'll tell you who made all these. Alright, so the next thing I want to check out is the weekly demon.
When once again, we are seeing the newest update for Geometry Dash delayed to almost unacceptable lengths. RobTop has been experimenting with a new 2.2 feature and recently published a video showcasing it, the random trigger. This could well be, if released, one of the biggest innovations in GD history, taking the game to new heights in the wider gaming community. Shortly after previewing a potential new random trigger for Update 2.2, RobTop has returned with 2 new previews for innovative features. The first is a camera controls feature. In a 48-second preview, RobTop showed the full potential of the camera controls that feature panning, static triggers and freeform. These features will go a long way to creating more detailed, in-depth levels, and the freeform mode especially will likely be the most used of the potential triggers, with it removing the need for invisible portals for stage height changes as seen in Subsonic and Erebus. This will make free-flowing gameplay that is not bound by static roof or floors much more natural looking and flowing, and this goes alongside all the other potential camera controls that will inevitably allow for huge advances in things like story levels, stage levels and the like. The second preview showed the camera controls being utilised, along with a jump orb that changes the physical direction of the cube. RobTop showed a preview that used the zoom out trigger to demonstrate a large square stage in which the player goes upwards and changes direction. Generally, these are 2 cool ideas that will make 2.2 much more interesting, and it's good to see more activity from RobTop with him being so detached from the community for so long.
How's it going, guys? My name is Eric Van Wilderman and welcome to Geometry Dash Sub-Zero. This is a new spin-off Geometry Dash game, just like Meltdown and Geometry Dash World. This one is kind of a preview for Geometry Dash 2.2, where there's just going to be some free levels to kind of entice new players into getting the main game.
Apart from the beta copy of level 21 Finger Dash, one thing the hacking exploit showed us from GD World was RobTop's lack of effort in his work and frank disrespect for his loyal, paying community. And now, a year on, it seems as if RobTop plans to walk this road again with a brand new free game with a winter theme. However, for the first time, this has not been met with much enthusiasm. Instead, RobTop has been criticised for not appealing to his existing community, and instead has been labelled a sellout for appealing to new customers for the 3rd year in a row. He apologised for how long it had taken, and said that the update had some nice stuff for everyone in it. He also said that there would be new monster sprites as well as something called challenge mode, which he compared to being better than multiplayer mode. Not many people are sure about what this means, but at least we could be fairly hopeful that not only is 2.2 not that far away, but it is also set to have some cool, interesting new features on top of all the things we've already seen, like the camera controls and random triggers. Yesterday, on Twitter, RobTop uploaded another one of his puzzle previews for the song that will be featured in the next update's new level. He's had a history of doing this, when he teased Theory of Everything 2, Deadlocked and Finger Dash's songs shortly before the update, but this has received far more hype than ever due to the excitement around 2.1 and the lengthy waiting time we've had to endure. The new clue was a spurious one, but it was cracked by many channels within the first hour, and we now know that the song is Explorers by Hinkik. Recently, RobTop has been testing new features for 2.2, and though the update is taking a long time, we can at least be reassured by the fact that this is because the new features are being worked on consistently. It's interesting to think that this new game mode was being kept under the wraps for so long. Though 2.2 has been unacceptably slow with simply not enough contact and clarity from RobTop himself, this mode, along with the new vehicle, time warp feature, random trigger and camera controls as a mere sample of the wealth of new features the update is set to have, could make 2.2 the biggest update ever for the game. RobTop emerged in the comments section of a recent level to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and he also elaborated on some new features he is working on for 2.2. He claimed that he's been working non-stop on the update, but it was just much larger than he originally planned, and made light of it being the same mistake that he always faces with the delay for updates. He also claimed that he's implemented a new chat system for the new challenge mode, and he's also working on a new capture system in-game to prevent bots. It doesn't look like we're going to get the update before the new year now.
Was rated on the comment section on the level itself, Robtop implied there would be a new category for a feature. He said, quote, in 2.2 this would be Epic plus Fire, end quote. Now this may be a little bit revealing, but it also stumped me too. You see, he clearly says Epic plus Fire, but the wording that Robtop says sounds misleading. Does it mean Epic and a Fire, or a new category called Epic Plus? This seems like the case, but at the beginning he says in 2.2, which implies that Epic Plus will be in 2.2.
A new theory has been going around the GD community as Vibrant finally has announced the release date of his own project titled Prelude. Now, why is this important? Well, Prelude has its own 2.1 Geometry Dash awards in the animation itself, and going back to 2.0 Geometry Dash awards, 2.1 was released a couple of months after 2.0 awards. Some people made the conclusion that around early 2020 is when the update is going to be released, since Prelude is going to come out in December 2019. This theory kind of makes sense. I mean, think about it. One of the only things that was holding back 2.2 was the GD Awards, and now that it's going to be out, Robtop can most likely publish the update right then and there.
One as well. What's more special about this is, like I said, I'm in this thing, right? So what Viper said is that this thing has been done for months already, okay? This thing has been done for months, but he hasn't released it yet. And he chose to release it in December as well, for one main reason. And that's because he wants to release this thing when 2.2 is nearing its release. This also happened with the 2.0 awards. So my speculations that 2.2 will probably be released at the end of January. The awards is ending at the end of December. Robtop would need like a month time to release 2.2, which should be in January, at most February, I believe. That's when we should have 2.2.
So at Denke30 on Twitter apparently made a tweet and he said 2.2 beta confirmed. So you may not realize what this means. However, if you look at the image, you can see Arb, a Geometry Dash moderator, even Eldermod I believe. I'm not quite sure, don't comment that. But he's playing Geometry Dash with 4 other people. So I heard that this is also a bug on Steam, so he may be teasing with a bug. However, I know some exclusive information which I cannot share, sadly, because that would just ruin my reputation because I made a promise. Talking about new levels, it is basically kind of confirmed that we're gonna get more than 2 new main levels. So when Robtop showed off all the main levels, you could clearly see that there were 3 extra dots. Well, one of them is obviously coming soon. The other 2 are 2 new levels basically. So we already know Explorers is confirmed, right? So what is the other one? I'm pretty sure it's Fury of Everything 3, which was confirmed. All the people are saying Firebird, which could be true, because if you guys have watched some of Robtop streams, he keeps coloring all of his blocks with red and yellow or orange, which gives off the magma or fire vibes, right? And Firebird. But I'm pretty sure earlier this year, Robtop already confirmed that Firebird was a troll, that he actually put that in the files just to troll with people. So I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get Firebird. I'm gonna go with Explorers and Tier of Everything 3. You guys heard it here first.
There's a very good chance that Geometry Dash 2.2 will end up being a December release. So if you've been keeping up to date, you will know that the second icon contest has a deadline of December 1st. So any icons that are submitted after it's December 1st in every part of the world will be disqualified from winning. Robtop has already confirmed that all of the winning icons will be added to 2.2. So this means that 2.2 cannot be a November release because otherwise he can't get the icons into the update. So if it's not a November release, then when is it? Well, let's think about this logically. The icon contest ends on December 1st. If Robtop believed that 2.2 would be coming in January or February, then there would be no reason for it to end so early. He would probably push it off at least another month. There's also a good chance that the reason it took them a while to decide on a deadline is because they were waiting for Robtop to get a better idea of when the update would finally be finished. So from where I see it, the update isn't necessarily going to come out very soon. It'll take him likely until the end of December minimum to import all the icons into the game and make all their fixes. It might take him a couple months to finish all the levels, maybe a bit of time to fix all the bugs, and do everything else. Based on this, if I had to put a prediction down, I would say that we aren't going to see 2.2 until April, plus or minus 1 month. And this is very disappointing because we've been waiting for 2.2 for way too long already. And it's not too fun thinking about how far we've already gone and the fact that it's still not going to come out for another few months probably. put it off for long enough. Based on everything I've been talking about in this video, when do I think Geometry Dash 2.2 will finally release? Rob will finish work by the end of January 2022. I think it's going to take nearly another year, with the update releasing in fall or early winter of 2022. I think the update is closer than this, though, due to just how much Rob has already finished. Realistically, I'd put my money on 2.2 coming out sometime during the spring or summer of 2022.
There's even speculation that 2.2 is going to be out on Halloween. The speculation is sparked because of the fact that there's a Halloween gauntlet, and RobTop started to become extremely active today.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
A user asked if Rob has any plans on releasing 2.2 in 2022, and he said yes. Minimum Courier said, a while ago somebody asked you on the Discord if 2.2 was coming out in 2022, and you said yes. Do you still believe that is going to happen? And Rob replied with, hope so.
So I pretty much have two main predictions for when 2.2 could release. The first one goes under the assumption that RobTop is correct in thinking that yes, he can release the update before the end of August. The specific release date I'm going to choose for this option is August 13th, 2023, given that it would be the exact 10th anniversary of the game's release. So my prediction on that end would probably be sometime in December for the holiday season, or if it's really taking him a long time, I guess the anniversary of 2.1's release in February, but I highly doubt that would be the case.
On to the release date stuff. I'm going to go over the next 5 months as potential candidates for the release date and how plausible I think that each of them are. Now, while I'd love for the update to come out like next week, I think it's pretty safe to clear May as a candidate for 2.2 because it's just too soon. This is the one that I'm really gunning for. I think June is a perfect month for 2.2 to come out. But yeah, I think June is a solid candidate for the release date. July is a really weird middle ground for me. In my mind, I only see this happening if Rob discovers some massive bug that needs fixing in May or June and ends up delaying until July for that reason. So this is where we start getting into wacky territory. Wacky, silly, goofy territory even. I know Rob has lied about time before, but since he said the third sneak peek should be the final one, I really don't see it taking this long. There's basically zero benefits to this release date anymore. RobTop has had really bad update release times in the past, but I just really don't see him taking until September or beyond to bug fix the update.
So there is the possibility that it could also release on a Friday. However, this would mean that it could not release on October 27th, if this possibility is true, because FNAF movie.
October 22. I mean, come on. It makes total sense. 22nd and 2.2, that there are 22 objects on the anniversary thumbnail, and the trailer for the anniversary is also 22 seconds long. There were also some other Easter eggs pointing out the 22nd date.
Beta. Imagine if I get the 2.2 beta.
Beta branch of Geometry Dash beta. Beta branch got updated again. Beta branch update.
So the almost exact release date set by RobTop himself for 2.2 is now on my community tab for only members who has joined my channel membership. If you want to see it, join here. Join. Thanks. Here's a release date that was outdated 4 years ago in the wake of the 2.1 awards. So I promised everyone who joins my membership to see the release date for 2.2 that RobTop has said. You remember when RobTop joined someone's Twitch stream and said 2.2 is going to come out before Christmas? But don't forget, he didn't mention which year. What if he meant the coming Christmas? This means it's going to come out sometime when Vibrance 2.1 awards come out, which is on the 14th of December. So if RobTop releases a 2.2 main level sneak peek on November, this will get us a your more chance to see 2.2 on Christmas or before Christmas. Thanks for reading and joining my membership.